Welcome to an episode of the Sports Genes Into the Lab podcast, where sports analysts and experts dissect the latest news from the NBA and NFL, giving you a unique view on some of the hottest topics around your favorite teams. From the fresh field smells of the NFL to the hardwood courts of the NBA, and possibly your comfy couch for your fantasy football team. Let's see what kind of news the lab is working with today. Here's your host from the Sports Analytics headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, Ernest Silva.
No, don't worry about it. No. The Lakers aren't playing the play. Oh, hey guys, we're back. That's right. ITL is back. We skipped a couple of weeks, but don't worry, nothing happened. We had a quick trip to Phoenix and we made it back, guys. ITL is here. I'm your host, Ernest Silva. Excited to be back in front of the camera. Excited to have my co-host back. Excited to see my online producer. It's just exciting all the way around. Even more important, and most important thing out of all this, is that the Nets are down 19 to the New York Knicks tonight, which is, as you know, implications on the Houston Rockets pick. So let's get started here. We have a lot to talk about.
The Celtics are up 17, with a minute left, left and a half on the Bulls.
Fantastic inverse relationship. I hope both of those go the right direction. All right, down in beautiful San Antonio, Texas, powered by the mothership BCMG, Blue Collar Media Group, of course, both owners on screen. And let's not pen further introductions. We have the man, the myth, the legend. Nope, that's the general. That's right. Steve Reisner has joined ITL. Steve, what's going on, brother?
Oh, another night, man. Just happy firing up a joint here, I guess, on ITL. Had to make a return since I'm not going anywhere tomorrow. So yes, let's talk some fucking sports, dude.
Absolutely. We are absolutely going to talk some sports. And you might have heard him on the last episode, but he is going to become a sports science regular. That's right. TJ McKinley is in the house. TJ, what's going on, my man? Welcome back to ITL.
Hello. Why do you me on the spotlight? This is TJ McKinley. Mr. TJ Notes.
Yeah, TJ, you got here right in time, man. Right on introductions, man. Excited to have you here. And it's your first time interacting with Steve, so do not be shy. That man is fun to hang out with. And, of course, I won't forget him. That's right. The online producer is on screen. Orlando Mendoza. Know him as Londo here in San Antonio. Not with me, though. What's going on, man? That's right. No mic today is going to be fun. Londo's mic is not working, so he's doing the Silent Bob reenactment for today's episode. He is all hyped up. And for those watching, this will not be a podcast episode for obvious reasons. But, guys, that is not a glitch across your screen. That is right. That is Glitch Energy, glitch with a Y. That's where you can find it, glitchenergy.com. Use code BCMG for 25% off today. Go get that energy drink. Go get those supplements. Go get whatever you need there at Glitch Energy. Glitch with a Y. Code BCMG, 25% off, and you're helping out your favorite show. All right, guys, we have a doozy. We're going to talk about some NCAA basketball. But before we do, basketball is on the mind. And in August, we will be going to the beautiful Cape Cod, Massachusetts, where the realm of the general is, and Steve has been organizing a fantastic trip in the beginning of August. So go catch ITL live at its annual Hoopathon, our second annual Hoopathon there in Cape Cod, where we're going to be doing a scholarship drive for young athletes playing across the state of Texas and Massachusetts. The Sims Academy and Harlingen Triple Double Basketball Academy making the flight up there. We're going to have an awesome exhibition, couple exhibition games, and an awesome hoopathon. So tune in, donate, be a part of the drive, make a difference in some girls' lives, and we appreciate the support. All right, let's get right to it.
The realm of the general, is that what you refer to my house as?
That's right, the realm of the general. Don't you just love that?
What do you picture, like a cave or something?
No, the realm I feel are like a castle with like the walls all the way around.
I like that. I could see that.
Right?
Nice fortified castle. Do I have a moat?
I've
always wanted a moat.
I think your castle should be themed. I don't know why we're talking about this. Your castle should be themed with like all of your favorite sports teams. So like you have Patriots guarding it with like little clovers spread across the outside of the kingdom, and just everybody wears Red Sox. Like that's just like the thing of the whole realm. Anyways, going to the real news. That's right. Round 1 is news from around the leagues.
Where do you get your acid from, bro?
I know. I'm definitely not high. We're going to talk about, first off and foremost, Big 12 dominance. That's right. The NCAA March Madness. It's over. It's April 6th. Rest easy. I don't know how you guys did. I did terrible with my brackets. But let's talk about the big news, which is the fact that the Kansas Jayhawks made one of the biggest comebacks in national championship history and won this one, this championship over UNC. Let's just be real here, guys. Did you guys think it was over at halftime? I did.
I was long asleep by halftime of that game, dude. They're gonna fucking stop doing these games at 9:30 at night on a Monday.
That's not that late, Steve. That is not that late.
Dude, no, it's late for people in my line of work who have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning the next day. You think there's not brackets at stake on the construction sites?
I guess that's true. And you know, why keep it on a Monday? I don't know if there's historical evidence. Anybody watching, you know, the historical reason for keeping it on a Monday night, please post it or comment it. TJ, you said you were surprised.
Drop it back to 8:30 like Monday Night Football, and we'll stay up for it. You started at 9:30, and you're cutting the construction crowd out of it. If you think that we're not betting on the games too, then you have no idea what's going on.
I don't think they're thinking about you at all. TJ, you said you were surprised.
That's the problem.
You said you were surprised. Why were you surprised?
I thought UNC was about to win, but you know the headlines. It was rigged. Yeah, you know what the headlines will be. They ain't want UNC to win because they beat Coach K. You already know.
I thought Coach K was going to win the whole thing. I had the secondary bracket filled out. I thought for sure they was going to fill that headline and make him the greatest coach ever. I'll tell you what, the Big 12 usually doesn't do well in the national tournament. They showed out, right? Okay, yeah, Baylor had won, but now you have two Big 12 champions in Baylor and Kansas in recent years, and Big 12 actually looks like predominantly basketball powerhouse. And if Kenny was on here, he'd probably say they've been a powerhouse for years, Ernest. But, you know, other teams like Texas and Iowa State, even Texas Tech has made runs, but they don't finish. You got to imagine, you know, it's big for the conference. And now with the removal of Texas and Oklahoma, we'll have to see what that conference does. You add Houston, who is obviously a powerhouse. Londo says, who cares this topic? But I'll go ahead and ask the question for you all. Who is your tournament MVP? I don't know if you watched intently. We did cover March Madness on both episodes before this one, so I have to ask, do you guys have a tournament MVP for this year's March Madness?
No.
No? Nope. Steve?
No, dude. You know, I didn't want to see enough of those games. I'm too fucking busy.
All right. Well, for me, it's Caleb Love. I think Caleb Love had a fantastic tournament. I think he was the reason why they kept winning. I know a lot of people loved the star center. I always get his last name wrong. So just whoever that is, Blakecock, I think is the name. Gosh, I might say that wrong, but he was fantastic, a perennial star. But Caleb Love just has the it factor. I think he ran out of gas, but a fantastic player. His draft stock definitely rises for me. But with that being said, since I know you guys have no opinion on that topic, let's move on. I want to talk about a couple of prospects that keep coming up, and one of them being Paolo Banchero. And I don't know if you guys watched Duke and watched their run with Coach K, but obviously number 5 for Duke was everywhere and across all the headlines. He had a fantastic tournament. Is he, and if you don't have an opinion, just let me know, is he the number 1 pick in your eyes, or is it still Jabari Smith?
Well, Coach K to produce a lot of good players, but I think he gonna get drafted just because he comes from Duke. I think it's a point though. I think a lot of players get drafted based off the school they are, other than them. Well, some players do.
Yeah, and I love his wingspan. is massive. I think he's a versatile player, can cover every position. I think whoever gets him, he's a versatile player. I think for Jabari Smith, it's more like a dynamic player for your offense, somebody who can come in and make an instant difference, and Becerra is going to have to fit a system. And so for me, I think it depends on the team, but I was all Jabari Smith before the tournament, and now I'm 50-50. I'm so split on this. I would not mind Paolo Banchero on the Houston Rockets, but the Nets lose, like we're hoping. We may end up with 2 picks. And Londo says Jabari Smith with an exclamation point, so we'll just say Jabari Smith for Londo there. But all right, guys. Speaking of the top prospects, we'll move on to the NBA. Now, the NBA, we're leaving the NFL for last because I know we're definitely going to have some debates in there. But for the NBA, the Tankathon update continues. Londo so graciously has the standings ready to go and pulled up on his screen so he can share it right now. Londo's made his opinion.
My favorite news story of the night. LA sucks. So let's just stop and touch on the Lakers. Really suck. They don't even have a first round pick for like how many years? It's so funny.
Anthony Davis had interview. Was it yesterday talking about they was healthy, they would have did better, but everybody getting injured and it's controversy. Oh, dude, y'all got like 3 of the top like 10 players in the league. Like, I don't want to hear that. Yep. LeBron, and Westbrook.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. So we take a look at
Westbrook was just a terrible fit
to begin with.
Everyone knew it at the time. And then fucking AD, and AD talked about if we were all healthy. Yeah, you're the one who wasn't playing, dude.
But let's just be honest though. Let's be honest, right?
He's the one who wasn't playing.
You have LeBron, you have AD, at the time Rajon Rondo, at the time DeAndre Jordan, Dwight Howard, Russell Westbrook, Trevor Ariza, Malik Monk. Like the Lakers in 2011 would have been unstoppable, first off. But the Lakers today with so much star power.
No, even then though, in 2011, that the Westbrook and LeBron still wouldn't have been a great fit, especially not with Davis there. Like you had too many guys who relied on getting to the hoop for most of their scoring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and although you say there's not a fit, LeBron has had teams where he just makes it happen. He carries talentless teams. I shouldn't say talentless. It's the NBA. Everybody has talent. But he takes teams who don't have star-level players across the board or decent role player ability across the board, sub role player ability, and levels them up. So you would think he'd have a way. So for me, I wanted to have the question if did LeBron make a bad decision not joining the Rockets in 2018? But I'm not going to go there. Let's just stay away from that question. But did LeBron?
So LeBron, you're saying LeBron on the Rockets with Harden?
Yeah, LeBron and Harden with what would have been a third player in CP3. So it would have been CP3, Harden, and LeBron as a big three for 4 years. Would they have won more championships in LA?
No.
From 17 to 21. I say yes.
I'd say maybe, but like I gotta also remember that like Harden's not gonna get his foul call in the playoffs. So
you have LeBron for that, right? LeBron takes over in the playoffs. LeBron's the playoff man.
Oh. Well, so I mean, you're only relying on LeBron for the playoffs then?
Oh, no, CP3 also until he gets hurt.
Well, CP3 showed up for one play. I was just gonna say CP3 showed up in the playoffs like one time in his career. It was last year, and then he got hurt.
Well, I mean, 2018, he was a hamstring away from the finals. Let's just be honest. Okay. He was a Western Conference Finals. The only team to take the Warriors and at least challenge the Warriors were the Rockets.
So by the finals, it would have just been LeBron, is what you're saying?
LeBron and Harden. Harden would have played 3 quarters.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have gotten the fouls every time he shoots.
I
would
mean,
agree.
I don't want to argue Rockets Harden because I don't care for the man right now. But I will say you're not giving it enough love of the impact Harden had in the playoffs. It's the
Oh
whole.
no, dude, Harden's great. I've seen Harden in the playoff games. I've seen him in playoff games miss big shots because would you argue LeBron can't play with higher tier players?
That's
No,
not necessarily true. He could play with.
that's not the argument.
So the question for Mondo for those in the back is a question that LeBron can't play with higher tier players. He can play with players, but the old LeBron wouldn't have needed Anthony Davis because he didn't need Kevin Love. Right? Kevin Love always got hurt. But LeBron would carry that team.
Kevin Love was huge in that 3-1 comeback, though.
That's true.
Let's be honest, dude. Kevin Love was huge in that comeback. He was huge under the post.
That is true. But when we talk about high tier players, we're going to say, well, LeBron and Kyrie were great. That's very true, right? Like he could play with a Kyrie Irving. And
I don't like how they act like Kyrie ain't hit the shot. I'm a Cavs fan, so I'm a down to say that they're biased. So I'm a chill out on this topic.
I hate Kyrie.
I forgot, TJ. I forgot that's your team. So you've got to see LeBron, or you got to see vintage LeBron, peak LeBron, and you're watching this decaying LeBron a bit, which probably hurts quite a bit. But okay, no, it doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. You're glad.
Yeah, by now he doesn't care, right?
So I have to ask you, TJ.
By now it's anger and resentment.
What's the question? Go ahead, ask the question.
The question is, TJ, is at this level right now, if LeBron told LA, I'm out, is there another team he can go to that has star caliber players that could give him another run to the finals? That's the question.
I don't know, because LeBron already set the stage on. He only playing on the team his son play on.
That's true. Yeah. There's still one more year before that happens.
He don't care.
So you think he just stays in LA and just bottom feeds until his son comes in?
His name alone go get him on the team. Like, really don't.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question, Ernest.
Like, I don't know if there's a team out there. Miami? Maybe.
Him and Jimmy Butler.
Miami. Oh yeah, I can see Miami.
But I can see Miami giving him the 1-1. I'm trying to think of any others. Dallas?
Spurs.
Oh gosh. He does want to play with Coach Pop. I just don't think there's stars on the team. DeJounte Murray's a top 25, 30 player, maybe. I don't think there's enough star power. Keldon Johnson's good, but he's not.
Well, he's also whatever. You also got to factor in wherever LeBron goes. He's also gonna get someone free agency or in a trade. Like she's gonna show up and be like, hey, so I'm the GM now, by the way. You guys knew that, right? So let's trade all we got for this guy. He said he'd come play with me.
There's a new mindset with that because he's leaving, right? He's not here to build a franchise. He's here to play 1 year and then go where his son goes. So, and I don't mean to go on this LeBron topic.
No, that's true because they got to be able to get his son.
Right. We'll stray away from this, right? But teams who have, does he go to teams that have high draft picks? But then if he's just going to have a bad season, just stay in LA. Like, what does it matter then where you go? And I think,
well, yeah, I guess he'll probably stay in LA then
for another year just to do it. But
because he'll stay in LA, he'll see where his son gets drafted, and then he'll keep his word. And I'm gonna sign where my kid gets drafted.
Yeah,
it's just gonna show up at fucking whoever drafts his kid and be like, by the way, you guys got a spot for me, right?
Right. I do think Russell Westbrook's gone. I think he goes back to OKC. I'm gonna say that now. I'm gonna get it out there while I don't have Davis on the show. I think he ends up back at OKC. He sucks anyways. They're gonna tank. They're gonna try to keep their draft picks high. I think that's where he goes. He's gonna end up retiring there. I do think Anthony Davis is gone too. Like I think they have to get their future back, and it's gonna be with the potential of what Anthony Davis brings you. And there are teams out there who want that star power forward. So Portland is an example. They need a star power forward. They would pay money for it. So there are teams out there that would pay the money for Anthony Davis. I do not think there's a reunion in New Orleans. But with all that being said, I definitely am intrigued by the conversation of what LeBron we're going to get. And And Coach Peanut says, you already know where Bronny and LeBron will be, the land. So he thinks Cleveland will be that final destination for LeBron and his son. I don't see that. I think there are plenty of
No, but
tanking teams.
Cleveland's not going to have that high of a pick, right?
Yeah,
Cleveland are
I,
doing
Well,
that.
I don't know how high Bronny's going to get drafted.
that's also true, right? It kind of depends on his 1 year. I don't know. I don't think Cleveland wants that ending. He may retire there.
We're doing a lot of speculation on things we can't fully speculate about yet.
That's very true, but this is what the show's about. Let's talk about Tankathon and what we do know. And what we do know is that losses mean Houston's in the 1 spot, and the Houston Rockets have the best chances of getting that number 1 pick. Actually, the top 3 have the same chances of getting a top 4 pick. So if you take a look here, you can see the percentages of landing that number 1. It significantly drops, but what you love to see is that this Brooklyn pick is still here at 16, and they are losing by 17. So that'll stay there, and we're wanting them to be in the lottery because there's always a chance. There's always a chance. So when we talk about these top teams and we talk about what stands out to you, my first thing that stands out to me is this Lakers pick is New Orleans, which is so sad because New Orleans will actually be in the play-in tournament and chance to be in the playoffs and have their first round pick. It's kind of embarrassing, guys. It's kind of embarrassing. That's kind of the first thought for me.
It's embarrassing for the Lakers.
Yeah.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Don't you love when the
it.
Lakers are embarrassed?
You're loving it. Yeah, I figured.
It's fucking great.
I figured that would be your reaction.
And meanwhile, the Celtics have not one but 2 Defensive Player of the Year candidates locked up under contract long term. An MVP candidate under 25 locked up long term, and an All-Star caliber player under 25 locked up long term.
You a Celtics fan?
Yeah, he's a Celtics fan. Of course he is. Of course he is.
Why do you think I was so happy about the Lakers sucking, dude?
Yeah, Coach Peanut, you're on the money with that LeBron take. We don't want to break up anything. He says he really doesn't want to break up the good core we have now for 1 year of LeBron. I completely understand that.
Yes, Peanut. Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Let me ask you, TJ. Evan Mobley, Rookie of the Year?
Of course, I'm a Cavs fan. I'm gonna say yes, but we go see because everybody said John Moran should win Rookie of the Year and Zion did, and you see now you barely hear. Yeah, speaking, y'all think Zion a bust? Y'all think he becoming a bust?
Oof! Sound the alarm. We got a Zion bust conversation going on now. Yeah, that's a great shift in this.
I'm not gonna say he's becoming a bust yet, but he's gotta get himself in better shape. Like just straight up, he's got to get in better shape because he shouldn't be missing this much time this early in his career. It's he's got to get in better shape. He's gonna end up being a bust. The dude's still got all the talent in the world, but like he's
gonna keep busting them knees if he doesn't get into better shape. That's for sure. That's all I really I see with Zion. But when he's on the court, he's a star. I think he has a major impact, and that's what stars do.
Because everybody says John Moran should win Rookie of the Year, but it went to Zion. I guess at the height.
With that logic, though, TJ, are you saying that Cade would win it with that logic, or who's your go-to to win it if it's not Evan?
You talking about Cade Cunningham or Orlando?
Yeah, who's your guy to win it then? If you're saying, hey, Evan should win it, but he won't, who's your winner?
I'm saying Evan Mobley because usually a person who in rookie year is one who has a better tank as a rookie. Unless you just out there like scoring 30, 40 points a game and your team don't make the playoffs. Other than that, it usually goes to the player with the better tank.
Okay, so that logic, is there a rookie out there who has a better record than Evan Mobley that's playing at a high level? I don't think there is.
I can take it off my
I think it's Cleveland. So I think Evan Mobley's a favorite because of the win factor. But what we're going to do before we jump into the next conversation, because we're going to talk about another rookie that's on my mind, let's do a simulation of this. Let's see what happens. And this would be absolutely horrific for me. But it looks like Houston drops down to the 5 pick. and still gets that 16 pick because it wouldn't be in this simulation. That would be horrific. Oklahoma City with the 1 pick, and we already know Davis says Oklahoma City is going Jabari Smith at 1 no matter what. That's his lock. Very interesting simulation there, but let's digress. Let's talk about the rookie I really came here to talk about, guys, and that's right. That's Jalen Green. Jalen Green, 5 30-point games in a row, ties the record for rookies with Allen Iverson, the only 2 in NBA history to do that. And he's not playing against bad competition. He's at 3 games against crap competition, but 2 games against the Nets and 1 against the Suns. Guys, is Jalen Green the real deal, or is it just my bias? TJ, how do you feel about Jalen Green?
They gonna build a whole team around him.
That's
if
right.
he keep playing like you a Houston fan.
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
So we got what about, is it Orlando? Is that his name?
Yeah, London.
You're really still figuring this show out, huh? You didn't know Ernest was a Houston fan, or that I was a Boston fan. Damn.
No, I seen the ICS on your hoodie when you was leaning like this, and you from Texas. Orlando, you a Spurs fan?
You already
Yeah,
know,
dude,
man.
he's just
You
a fan.
already
He's
know.
a fan of everything Texas. He says Texas, and he brings up Texas in everything we talk about.
Londo is absolutely a Spurs fan. Absolutely a Spurs fan.
I think the trade that Houston made for them draft. Yeah, I think the trade that Houston made for them draft picks with James Harden was worth it.
Just with this first slew, right? We got a whole mess of picks, right, that are going to realize, and we got to hope the Nets stay mid-tier or worse, and these injuries keep up, and Kyrie continues to be a little crazy, and we can continue to get these high draft picks. But just in the first swap of picks, right? Josh Christopher has panned out for the Rockets. Jalen Green has panned out for the Rockets. KPJ has panned out for the Rockets. Alperen Sengun has panned out for the Rockets. I think. Oh gosh, Kenny. Jalen Green does not have terrible on-ball defense. Go look at some highlights, Kenny. I really appreciate you, and I'm sorry about your Lakers again. It's probably why you're not on tonight.
I was just gonna say I don't have an opinion on Jalen Green. I haven't watched him play, but now Kenny's saying he doesn't play good on-ball defense. So I'm gonna have to.
You know what? Just for Steve, let me show you what Jalen Green can do while I praise him. In his last game against.
I think I'd rather figure it out on my own, man.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I'd make my own opinion, not have it like forced on me. You know.
I think it's worth it to force it on you.
Are you peer pressuring me right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't that what we do on this show?
Is it?
I think that's what we do on this show. Is we peer pressure to make bad bets and form opinions within a matter of seconds. So,
peer pressure led me to where I was in life.
Well, this is not good for you. But I want you to take a look at this player. Jalen Green is a madman. Here he is in the transition, hits the 3. I can't say enough how dynamic this player is. Look at that.
The fuck is Earth?
What?
Oh, I could have done that.
Well, that was KPJ, but like the hustle play. Oh, is that a hero? Oh, Jalen Green.
Yeah, this isn't on ball defense.
No, I was just showing you how dynamic of a player he is. Look at this. Look, KD, run, KD.
Oof. Oh, that wasn't him.
Come on, Steve.
No, I haven't been watching the Rockets. They still do that everything from the 3-point line. They still play like that.
That left with Harden. But Jalen Green can hit the 3.
Oh wait, they play real basketball now?
Yeah, it changed.
Wow.
You're welcome. Look at that, Steve. My goodness.
That dude needs some new dance moves on the bench. I'm betting in that, bro.
That's Alperen Sengun. Yeah,
that was bad.
That's borderline racist. It's borderline racist at this point. Is this going to be a defensive highlight? I think this is a defensive highlight right here. Look at this. Get out of here. Andre Drummond. Steve, come on now. All right. I'll stop.
All right. I'll watch a Jalen Green game.
Come back with me with a Jalen Green take. All 3 of you come back with a Jalen Green take next week after he continues his 30-point stretch. Here we go. Steve is not on Earth. I am convinced. If we're not talking football, Kenny, Steve is like, can we just get on to the real topics? I get it. We are going to get there, Steve. Let me do your last takes real quick. And Silent Bob over there, I want your opinion too. Playoffs are going to be starting in 2 weeks. A little less than 2 weeks. Who are you guys rooting for? Who's the team you're rooting for? Obviously, Kenny, you're listening, and Coach. So I'm guessing, Coach, the Cavs are your team. But Kenny, you're watching. So, Kenny, give me your team since it's not the Lakers. TJ, who's your team you're rooting for?
Cavs. I'm going with Coach Peanut.
I know. I just want to ask it because that was an easy one. And I'm going to go with another easy one.
Realistically, I want the Heat to win.
Okay, that's interesting. You like the fight on the bench. You think they have a fight for the playoffs. I like that. And that was going to be my secret team you're rooting for. So you took my second topic, but that's good. We're going to take that. Londo, I'm guessing you're going for the Spurs.
You know he's going for the Spurs.
He looks like he's going for the Spurs. Londo, write down who's your secret team you're going for in the playoffs. And Steve, I know you're the Celtics. I'm not going to ask you that question, but who's your secret team you're rooting for in the playoffs?
Secret team I'm rooting for?
Yeah. If the Celtics were not playing.
I don't have that until we're eliminated.
Oh my gosh. But we're eliminated. So I've got my teams. I am rooting for the Suns to win it this year. That is my team. I will be rooting for that team. The Suns are my team. Londo's agreeing with me. That's his secret team. So I'm going for the Suns. My secret team I'm rooting for, and it's a deep, dark secret. I don't appreciate it. I don't enjoy it. It's not something I appreciate at all. But it's the Dallas Mavericks. I hope the Mavericks have a chance. I hate the Mavericks, but I hope Luka gets a chance because I know how hard it was to see Harden with the same style play not get a chance. So I hope Luka has a chance. But I will secretly be rooting for them. I will not admit that. Before we transition to thanks, Londo. Before we transition to
now
the
you're
NFL.
just using cards, Londo.
Before we transition
You're getting
to the
lazy,
NFL,
bro.
Yeah, use your cards, Londo. We're going to talk about what BCMG is all about. BCMG has a new transition this year. That's right. We're doing #BetterTogether. That's our slogan. So if you want to be like TJ, if you want to be like others who have joined BCMG and ITL and other shows, take a look at this video, see if it's for you, and join the family. Let's roll it.
Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday.
I'm your host, Andrew Kahn. This is the Boomtown Pod.
Add into the Lab Pod is where you're watching today's stream.
Stuck him!
It is Blue Collar Game Day. I am your host.
I got a kill!
Welcome to episode 277 of the Official Butthole Podcast. Got it.
Better together.
Better together.
We're better together.
Better together.
Better together.
#better together, and I couldn't say it
Can
better
we get a
myself.
slogan next year that isn't two words in a row that end in R. For a fucking
Better.
guy from Boston.
Better together.
I sound so stupid.
Can you say it? Can you say it again?
No, I'm not saying it again.
Better together.
Fuck off, Ernest.
I absolutely love it. Let's talk NFL and let's talk with some of the biggest headlines that have happened to Steve in recent days. That's right. Devontae Parker has been traded to the New England Patriots in what has seemed to be the blockbuster trade of the offseason. I'm just kidding, Steve. I just want to give you some hype, man. Talk to us, all right? How does Devontae Parker fit with New England?
I think it's a great fit. I was hyped when they got him. TJ's laughing. What are you going to say? He's always hurt? You're going to say he's always hurt, and you're going to say he's only going to play 5 games because that's what everyone's telling me. He only plays 5 games a year.
Ain't got nothing to do with him. We talking about Mac Jones. So I did a podcast.
Oh God!
Here we go.
All right. Let's hear it.
Let's be 100. Devontae Parker, he like what 30? Okay, he a good receiver. They bring in a good receiver because they tested Mac Jones to see if he really the quarterback of the future. Because if he don't do good with Devontae,
That's
let me
not.
fit.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. How much you want to bet these next two draft pick, these next two draft classes?
How
New
much
England
do I
is picking
want
up
to
a
bet?
quarterback.
How much do I want to bet that the Patriots ain't going to draft a quarterback in the next two draft picks, to replace Mac Jones? How much do I
TJ,
want to bet the Patriots ain't going to?
TJ.
Oh shit,
TJ, you made
shit,
this
bro. How
bet.
much
You
you
got to
got?
stay on this show for 2 more years.
How much you
understand
got,
that?
bro?
Bet 100.
How much you got?
Bet 100.
Oh, we got $1 million on the table, Steve.
No, I'm broke. Bet 100.
He said 100, Steve.
$100? Yeah, I'll bet. I guarantee. I bet you $100 Mac Jones is still on this team in 2 years as a starting quarterback. That is a fucking.
That's not the bet. That's not the bet.
That's not the bet. Trying to
Let's make
switch it
sure
up.
it's a
That's
real
not
bet.
the bet.
What's the bet?
I said they gonna draft a quarterback. These next two
Well,
draft classes.
Well, they could draft a guy late to replace Stidham. That's not to replace Mac. You gotta like specify on like when they're drafting the guy then, because if they draft a guy in the 7th round to be a backup on the bench,
Okay,
like
we gonna come. We
you know
gonna go
what I'm
top three.
saying? In the top
Top
three,
three.
yeah, I bet you $100 the Patriots don't draft a
These
quarterback in the
next
top
two.
3 rounds
These
in the
next-
next 2 years.
Okay, good.
All right, there's the
Like,
bet. We're gonna ring this up, and
That
we're
is
gonna have
fucking
this hanging.
easy. Oh my god, that
In
is
studio,
fucking
producer
hilarious.
Rachel is making sure she
That
puts
is
that.
fucking hilarious.
New England Patriots
This
will
dude don't
not
got
draft
$100 to
a
give me.
quarterback. Rounds 1 through 3, the next 2 years. TJ signed a deal to stay on ITL the next 2 years to live out that bet as a new sports scientist, and we are set.
Well, he just needs to be around to give me the $100 in 2 years. I don't really.
Coach, we're gonna get to Deshaun Watson news in just a moment. But
No. Oh no. I'm looking at you in the eye. I collect on my bets.
There we go.
I'm just gonna make that clear. I collect on my bets.
How long you think Mac Jones gonna be starting quarterback?
This is a good conversation. Okay, how long will Mac Jones be the starting quarterback? I think Steve thinks he's gonna be. That's the guy. Am I right, Steve?
Yeah, that's clearly.
Are
we pretending that he didn't just have one of the best rookie seasons of the last decade? Are we really pretending that he didn't just have one of the best rookie seasons of the last decade? Oh wait, we are pretending that because you don't like the Patriots and you want him to be bad because you don't like the Patriots and you're projecting because you're scared, bro. You're scared.
Scared.
You're just scared. Yeah, you're scared. That's why you're pretending that a guy whose rookie season just had more yards and touchdowns than Kyler Murray, as many touchdowns as Dak Prescott, more yards than I think it's more yards than Dak Prescott had his rookie year. Well, close to as many. And you're telling me that he's not the guy.
Look at Rondo.
He's not the guy. He won 10 games his rookie year, was far and away the best the best quarterback taken in the draft class last year. And you're telling me he's a bad quarterback. This is insanity. This is absolute insanity.
He was the best
quarterback. He was far and away the best quarterback in last year's draft class.
He was better than
There's
Justin
absolutely
Fields.
no debate on that. You cannot tell me that any quarterback taken last year was better than Mac Jones last season.
He was better than Justin
Tell me
Fields.
that.
He was better than Justin Fields.
Why are you laughing?
He didn't just say Justin Fields, did he? Did he just say Justin Fields? All right. I'm not talking to you anymore about football. Just, wow. No, I'm not. No, you did not just tell me Justin Fields was better than Mac Jones last year. That's fucking hilarious.
You do know this not the Patriots. You know this not Tom Brady era division. You do know Buffalo.
When did I say he was Tom Brady? You told me Justin Fields. I said Justin Fields wasn't better than Mac Jones last year. Now you're saying that I said he's Tom Brady. What the fuck are you talking about?
You even let me finish. You let me finish.
No, I'm not letting you finish because you just told me Justin Fields is better than fucking Mac Jones after last season. I don't need to hear you fucking take. It's ridiculous.
No,
okay,
let's fucking Tom Brady.
Let's pause the Mac Jones Justin Fields debate. I think we
That was
We
fucking.
hit
That
that.
was
That-
fucking hilarious.
TJ, what's your finish question so we can move on from this topic?
It don't do from 0 to 100. Okay, all right, bro. I said, you really. This is not the Tom Brady era where the Patriots just dominated the division. You do know,
I
like, Mac
didn't,
Jones.
when did I say that?
Oh my
I didn't
God.
say that. You told me that.
Let him
When did I
finish.
say
Let him
it
finish,
at
Steve. I
all?
wanna
You
hear the
told me
question.
that you said that Justin Fields was better than Mac Jones. I said Mac Jones is better than
is.
Justin Fields, and now you're telling me that I said that Mac Jones is Tom Brady, and we're going to dominate the AFC for 20 years. What are you talking about? That's not what
No,
it
I
was.
think
Where are you going with this?
I think what TJ's saying is actually that the division's not weak like it was in Tom Brady's day. Like
But
that he's gonna
when-
face better
But
defenses.
what does that have to do with
'Cause he
what we
thinks-
said?
Because I think what he's saying
What
is
does that have to do with me saying that Mac Jones was far and away better than Justin Fields last season? What does that have to do
I don't
with
think
that
he,
period?
I don't think he's I don't think he
It
I
has
think he
nothing to
left-
do with it at all.
Yeah, I think
Nothing.
he left that topic. What he's saying is that
Yeah,
Justin
well,
Fields is
cool.
gonna play in a weak he's gonna play in a weak NFC North, and Mac Jones is gonna play in a hard AFC East. So he's in that comparison, he thinks Justin Fields is a better quarterback to pick. Am I right?
You
Is that
know
what
what,
you're saying,
like,
TJ?
Steve, come on, Steve, bro. You know what left. You know you went left.
No,
You know
you told me that Justin Fields was better than Mac Jones
Oh,
last
my
year.
God.
Then you told me that I said Mac Jones was Tom Brady.
No, I did not say last year. I said
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Let's move
We
on
are
to the
gonna
next
check
topic.
the tape.
Let's
We're gonna
just
see
move
this
on.
bout play out.
Let's just move the fuck on, dude.
Let's move on.
the fuck on.
Let's talk about Ronald
Oh,
Jones. That's the
dude.
next news. Ronald Jones goes to Kansas City. Does anybody want to talk about Ronald Jones? No, not a big deal. Does this do anything to Clyde's Edwards-Helaire though? Right, and his fantasy value. Do you find that going down because Ronald Jones will take some of that volume?
Depends on how the offensive friends.
Well, we're gonna run a lot more, right? No Tyreek Hill.
I mean, you still got quick receivers. I mean, Tyreek was a big factor, but I don't see no way just throwing the ball down the field just to be throwing it. I think Patrick Mahomes this year got to actually throw it, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think he takes away a little volume from CEH, but I don't know if it's enough to make me say CEH is not a top 10 back. And I guess that's a kind of a question. Is he still RB1 for some? I don't know. That teeters a line for me. Let's move on, though, to even bigger news. Greg the Leg joins the New York Jets in a stunning deal. 1-year deal to test to see if that leg still has distance in the Big Apple. Guys, anybody picking up Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein in New York? I mean, they do kick a lot of field goals. Londo says yes. Matter of fact, Londo picks the first kicker in every fantasy draft I'm in. So that might be the first kicker off the board this upcoming season.
I don't know, dude. He's kind of lost a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah. No, not distance-wise, but accuracy-wise. Yeah, he was not very good.
Oh,
with
you mean the
Dallas.
thing that matters the most on kicking a bunch of field goals?
Well, he was actually more accurate from 45 plus than he was from 35 and under, which is kind of nuts. But
yeah, that's if I'm making you my fantasy kicker, then
I guess you want
I think
that
I want
more,
you
right?
to be able to hit him.
Yeah.
I think I want you to be able to hit him under 40.
Yeah,
That's kind of my point.
That's very true, very true. But the Jets did something else. The Jets decided that they were going to offer some picks for DK Metcalf, and Steve was all over this news report. Steve says that the Jets offered the 10th overall.
I saw Dove Kleiman report it. Dove Kleiman, that I'm still not convinced is a real person. So we don't know how much. We don't even know like how real this is. But I saw that.
Happening.
Huh?
I don't see that trade happening.
Apparently, this is what Dove Kleiman, who claims he's a real person, apparently a real person. Dove Kleiman claims that the Jets offered the 10th pick in the draft for DK Metcalf, and Seattle turned it down.
I wouldn't take it either.
You wouldn't take it either, dude. That's crazy.
What is
That's
DK
crazy.
Metcalf worth to you?
Yeah, what do you think you're gonna get?
I wouldn't trade. Was it just like one draft pick for DK? Well, that is,
Well,
like,
they're listening to trade offers. They're listening to trade offers on DK Metcalf. They are.
is it true
He's
that DK
probably
want to
not
be
going to
traded?
he's probably not going to re-sign there.
That he did what, TJ?
Is it true he want to be traded, or is it just like typical media trying to stir something up?
I think it had to do with Russell Wilson getting traded. Both Metcalf and Lockett
it's
said
that
they would.
it's that and Wagner.
Yeah, there was kind of a
Yeah,
circle, and kind of like the same thing with Romo. When Romo was gone, Witten was gone. I mean, it's kind of like the Exodus, right?
I saw something with Metcalf, and he was God damn, whose show was he on? He was on with like Kevin Garnett or something.
On the show
And
podcast. That's what it's called.
Yeah, and he was talking about like Garnett was asking him like how it all went down. He was saying he used to work out with Wagner all the time, and then like Bobby Wagner didn't even find out from the team
Yeah, I heard that story.
he got cut. He
Yeah,
found out from the news reports
social
that
media.
he got
Yeah.
released. Yeah, he found out on social media, not from the team. And like Metcalf was like, you could just tell from like watching it, he was not happy about it. Like I wouldn't be. That's fucked up. That ain't how you
Yeah.
do business.
I completely agree. I would feel the same exact way.
I'd trade anyone. I'd trade anyone right now if you're Seattle, because I don't think they're going to re-sign there.
No, and there's not going to be a free agent destination. That's for sure. Like it's not going to be like, hey, Packers going all in to land Metcalf. That's interesting. I don't know if he fits the mold there. They need speed in Green Bay. That's Aaron Rodgers.
Well, that's kind of Metcalf's thing, dude.
Well, I kind of think Lockett would be the guy to go to Green Bay. Like that's a fit, right? The Lockett Rodgers. Like I kind of see that happening. Anyway, so back to TJ. TJ,
I could see either one of them, but I think he'd like Metcalf more because it's like.
What do you feel is? I'm gonna to the group. What do you feel Metcalf is worth? To me, he's worth 2 seconds or a second and a third, and possibly a first if you want to throw that in there. But I don't. He doesn't have the numbers, right?
No,
and he doesn't have.
So, I don't mean as a knock on DK Metcalf, but I wouldn't trade a first round pick for him, right? I mean, shit. I mean, I guess that would really have to depend on where I am as a team. Like, if I'm like, okay, if I get a late first round pick and I just need a good receiver and I'm gonna go win a Super Bowl probably because I got that guy, then yeah, shit, I'd probably trade my late first rounder. But like most first round draft picks, like that 10th overall pick, like the Jets offering, no, he ain't worth that shit. Second, third, I'd say probably a third. Second at the high.
I don't know what comp pick you're getting at 10 that Seattle would.
What was he drafted? What was he drafted for?
Metcalf was a lower pick.
He was drafted in the second round, right?
Yeah.
So by that, you're probably not going to get higher than a second.
He was a 64th pick, so he was the last pick of the second round. So probably 2/3.
And he should have been drafted higher than that.
He's produced at a high level.
Yeah, that he should have been drafted higher than that.
There was something wrong with him. Wasn't he hurt right before the draft?
There was an injury, right? Didn't he miss part of his senior year or something?
Left foot. He had a left foot injury that caused him to miss. And he broke his neck. He had neck surgery.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's why he didn't get drafted that high then. Yeah, I remember that because Patriots fans would mad at Belichick that he didn't draft the guy. I remember there was like a funny reason. Like there was like a crazy reason that we were like, okay, that's probably why he didn't take him. He was probably worried about that.
Londo basically says that the Cowboys don't need Metcalf, so let's move on from this topic. I completely understand, Londo. We'll move on. We're going to talk rankings, and then we're going to go right into our BCMG pick'em and pick our games for tomorrow. So I'm going to challenge you guys with this.
Tomorrow.
I'm going to challenge you guys with this. The NFC has changed and shift power in the guards. We have seen players move the NFC. We've seen players move the AFC. We've seen a lot of move in the AFC. Let's start NFC. I'd like to see your top 5 teams right now, talent-wise on the rosters. Your top 5 teams, 1 through 5. You can start it any which way you want. I know, Steve, you have yours ready, so let's start with you. Who are your top 5 teams in the NFC right now?
Oh, it's did I tell you it was ready? That was a lie.
Oh.
I wing it. Don't worry. That's what I do best. So the NFC, I mean, number one, I got to have the Rams. That they won the Super Bowl. They're obviously the best team in the NFC. They haven't done anything to get worse. They've probably gotten better. Number two, I got the Bucks. Just, there's now that can sign anyone they want because they turn off the salary cap for the Bucks. After that, I got Dallas. Just talent wise, they're gonna fall apart later in the playoffs. I hate these power rankings before the season. Talent wise, it's Dallas. They'll fall apart later. Then I got Green Bay. That losing Devontae Adams is just huge for Green Bay. That changes that offense. I don't know that you're going to be able to get someone in the draft. You're probably not going to be able to get someone in the draft to replace that on your offense. Number five, I guess it's the toss up between the Cardinals and the Niners, and I'm probably leaning the Niners because they're more consistent. The Cardinals always like to flake at the end of the year, more so than the Cowboys do.
Thanks for your honesty, Steve. TJ, top five.
Okay.
He be ready on me now. He's waiting on me. All right, I'm just playing. All right. I'm just playing, bro. Hello. I might have to. We going about star power. Cause power rankings before the season really on star power.
Right. It's just talent on the roster.
That's why I hate doing these because you don't really know until we start seeing them on the field. We don't really know how players fit together when there's an off season like this. Like these teams can bring in all these guys they want. Sometimes it's just not a fit.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
So we gonna say I guess Cardinals. They got a lot of household names. The Rams, I guess, because they coming off a Super Bowl win. But Rams also lose a lot of people too. I think they losing more than they get potential wise.
Well, that's debatable, I guess, because they lost OBJ and Woods, but you got to remember they didn't have Woods for the last half of the season.
Mm-hmm. Dallas always got hype. Like, we really go put Dallas in top five. Like, if that's because they top three.
I'm just doing talent wise.
Talent wise, they are top three every year. You're absolutely right.
Bucks. I'm not even going to order. I'm just naming top five. I ain't
Londo
got
Londo says Rams, Cowboys, Packers, Cards, Bucks in that order. Book it. That's the seeding for next year. Londo making a statement here without a voice.
And I guess my fifth rank could be Eddie.
Londo with his fucking postcards, bro.
Who's your fifth team, TJ?
I guess Packers. I don't see the Packers being. I don't see the Packers. I see the Packers barely.
I really don't know what that team's going to be. They lost two big players in Zadarius Smith and Devontae Adams.
Yep.
And Aaron Rodgers basically took up most of the salary cap. So anybody they're gonna sign no. Yeah, I just don't.
And even Scantling, that's just what was it? Shit, I forgot about that. Who the fuck is he throwing to? Yeah, I'm taking the Packers out of my top five.
Yeah, I don't have the Packers in my top five.
I'm taking the Packers out of my top five, dude. I'm
gonna go back. I'm gonna go backwards, forwards here. At the 5 spot, I have the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are a good team. I think they stand pat, and I think the rest of the conference gets a little bit better. At the 4 spot, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's just it. This is the season. This is the one. He retired. Now it's a new Brady. It's the unretired Brady, and this is not going to be the year. At the 3 spot. No. At the 3 spot, I have the Los Angeles Rams. It's a Super Bowl woe. You got what you needed. Stafford's going to go a little bit on the regression there, and I think we're going to see that regression pop out there for the Los Angeles Rams. At the 2 spot, is going to surprise a lot of people, but I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the surprise team of the year. the Minnesota Vikings will be the surprise team in the NFC. The NFC North just got weaker.
Did Butthole pay you to say this?
No. The NFC North got weaker.
They
still have money to add
Where's
pieces.
Scott from Butthole? What did they pay you?
And
Is
now
Kirk
the
Cousins still their
Vikings,
quarterback?
he is for now. And
They're gonna-
they're gonna make that move. Now, even better, if Cousins goes down, they got Case Keenum there. And that is the man who's going to lead them the charge.
See, bro, he can always bring it to
That's the man
Houston,
that's
TJ.
gonna
I told you.
lead the charge.
He
There for
can
the
always
Minnesota
bring it
Vikings.
to Houston, bro.
And
He
of
will
course,
always bring it to Houston. See, we're
sitting-
talking about the Minnesota Vikings.
sitting on the
We're
throne
talking
of
about the
greatness,
Minnesota Vikings, bro, and he made it about Houston.
the throne of the NFC, the team that will be 15-2 this year, the Dallas Cowboys, sitting number 1
Oh my
in the NFC.
Oh my gosh, man.
And then
What
0-1 in
amazing
the playoffs.
And they'll get a bye, so they'll at least they'll win their first game, but they will lose in the NFC Championship. But
Aaron, you getting paid by the Cowboys to say that?
No, he's just, dude. He's bro. You think I'm like a Homer, like Patriots fan? This dude is worse than me.
That's true.
It's funny. Everyone thinks that I'm like the over the top fan, and like in reality, dude, it's Ernest, and I'm actually like I'm the straight man here.
It's not. I mean, I'm straight too, but it's not. I'm just kidding. It's not the.
Yeah.
It's not the.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, from a Steve perspective.
Don't see that because somebody check
There's
his
nothing
drink.
to
No, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with being gay. God damn it,
We
dude.
don't want to pass the hour mark too far, so let's go into the AFC here, and
Yeah.
we'll Londo start writing. The AFC power rankings are on the board. I'm going to start this one. I went last time. I have no dog in this fight, but obviously my number one AFC team is the Houston Texans, so we'll just get that out of the way. And no, I'm just kidding. It's not the Houston Texans. It's not the Houston Texans. At the number 5, I can't even say that with a straight face. At the number 5 spot. There is regression that goes with talent. And I have 2 teams that fall to my 4-5 spot, but with question marks because they play in one plays in a relatively difficult division this year, and one plays in a relatively easy division, which is why they're there. At 5 is the Tennessee Titans. They're going to fall from grace. I do not think that the Titans have that good of a year. They lost a lot of talent. I don't think the addition of Robert Woods is as much of a replacement for Julio Jones as people think. I think Ryan Tannehill is going to struggle. I think Henry's going to see some regression. I don't trust Tennessee. Tennessee at 5. At 4 is Kansas City. I don't think they're that good. And I don't think they're going to be nearly as good in a division. It's going to be very 50-50. So guarantee them at least 3 losses on the road. And I think it's going to be a very difficult season for Kansas City. This is where my conference standings really get interesting, guys, because my top teams are probably not the most likely. At 3, the Los Angeles Chargers. I think the Chargers make that jump. I think the Chargers win the division. I think the Chargers are going to be the team to beat for most of the year. They're going to have a really streaky year, but the streak's going to start off in the early part. At 2,
and then when does it stop? Because it's the Chargers. So like what one
right
point?
at week 11.
Does the streak stop?
Right at week
okay,
11.
But
Yeah,
week 11.
They're going to finish 11-6, but they might be 11-1 at that point.
They end up in the divisional round. They lose. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That makes
yeah.
this actually makes a ton of sense. Yep.
Thanks. At 2,
I'm following.
And this is where Coach Peanut's going to be excited, and possibly TJ. At 2, if Deshaun Watson only gets suspended 4 games, I have the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are stacked with talent. The Browns have a quarterback that can do it, and I think that's the guy for Cleveland.
And they will find a way to screw it up because it's Cleveland.
They might. I think
well, they have to. It's Cleveland. I'm sorry, TJ. It is the Cleveland Browns. They find
I'm agreeing.
They find a way to screw things up. I'm just trying to keep it real.
I think it might be a travesty that I don't include the Baltimore Ravens.
It's Cleveland, man. I'm sorry.
It might be a travesty I don't include the Baltimore Ravens, but I couldn't, considering I think the Browns will run the division, and I think Tennessee won't fall that far from grace. But my number 1 team is obviously the Cincinnati Bengals. That's the number 1 team in the AFC. I think that's going to be the team that's going to be favored for most of the year. They're going to have a favorable schedule against a division that's not very good. And so I'm excited to see what that's going to look like. That team is stacked with lots of young talent, and everybody's going to be screaming Joe Burrow's name. Now, honorable mention. Buffalo and New England, I just think they take each other out. I just think they battle so hard in that division. I don't know who to fit in there, but I have whichever one wins that division over Tennessee long term. Like that, I don't think Tennessee's that good. So it was very difficult not to include one of those teams in the top 5. But that's my top 5. I'm going to go over to you, Steve. You tell me who you got.
I got Cincinnati number 1, like you. They were in the Super Bowl. They were the best team, obviously, clearly the best team in the AFC last year, the way they finished. And they didn't do anything. They got better. I love Cincinnati's offseason. Obviously, their offensive line has been a problem. They addressed the shit out of the offensive line. Shit. Number 2, I actually got Buffalo. I think they have a good year. I do think they will fall apart at some point in the playoffs, as it's Buffalo. They're not going to the Super Bowl. It's Buffalo. I got Kansas City at 3. I don't think they took as much a step back as you did, Ernest, with the Tyreek Hill loss. It is a big loss, but having Juju and MVS, assuming that both are healthy all year, I actually really like Mahomes having more depth to throw to than just, Hill and Kelsey and a little bit of Hardman. Number 4, I got Tennessee. I like Robert Woods for Tennessee. I think I like that more than Julio Jones, assuming that Robert Woods is going to be healthy and ready to play, because he had a bad injury last year. I guess thankfully he got it early enough. Number 5, I got Denver.
Interesting.
That was a top 5 defense last year, Denver. The really bad quarterback play. Like, talented running backs. Like, talented pass catchers. I love Cortland Sutton. I really like Tim Brown. No, not Tim Brown.
Tim Brown.
Who's it? Tim something is the other guy there.
Are we talking about receivers?
Yeah, receivers.
Oh, you're talking about
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Number 81.
Yeah, he busted out when all the injuries happened.
Yeah, I like him. I forget who. They got Jerry Jeudy over there, obviously.
Tim Patrick.
But adding Russell Wilson to that obviously makes the offense a lot better. But that was a top 5 defense last year before they got Randy Gregory. Before the Dallas Cowboys screwed something up.
I mean, the Dallas Cowboys don't control laws.
So that was actually my one of my favorite moves of the offseason was Randy Gregory to Denver.
Of course it is.
No, it was just not even just because of trying to shit on the Cowboys, but just I already really like that defense, and I mean, Randy Gregory doesn't hurt.
True.
That's a big addition to an already very good defense. So I think Denver had a great offseason. I don't think it's a Super Bowl caliber team, but I think Denver's a very good team this year.
And there you have it. There's the top 5 for Steve. Londo, postcard it.
Postcard action from Londo.
Bills, Chiefs, Bengals, Titans, Raiders. There's a Raiders sighting on that top 5. I like that. That's bold, Londo. That is bold. Biggest voice in the room. TJ, wrap us up on the AFC rankings.
I don't have an order, so don't kill me.
Okay.
I just got a top 5. I'm gonna have to go Bengals. That's the obvious. Browns, no bias. I want to go with the Raiders, but it's like they one of them teams like every year. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. Chiefs, because like Steve said, I don't think the Chiefs really. Tyreek Hill big, but I don't think they really took a step back.
Yeah, they just had good additions, like in losing Hill. They compensated well.
Mhm.
I guess it's between the Titans and the Patriots.
My God, I did not expect this dude to have New England in there.
New England got good defense. Your offense is not good. But anyway,
Oh man,
They
don't
were
even
a
start.
top 10 offense in the top 10
gonna-
offense in the league last
You're
year. By
definitely
the
gonna
way,
hear that, and you're gonna hear that they hung 250 burgers. Let's just skip that. Let's
Yeah,
just.
that's right. I forgot. I should have already said that. They did hang 250 burgers last year. It was
Here we
great.
go.
I had a lot of fun.
I
Good times.
was just.
That
Well, yeah,
wraps up our.
250 burgers.
Gotta go, dog. Use my bed as a restroom. Yeah, sorry, Londo. Sorry to hear that.
That's awesome.
We're about to end things off right here, guys. We appreciate you guys joining. Londo, write down your game pick of the week for tomorrow. Give us the game that you have action on. I am taking Warriors to cover the spread as my game tomorrow for the BCMG parlay, the BCMG guarantee. Steve, what's your game pick for tomorrow?
Hold on. Let me look.
Steve, taking a look at the games for tomorrow. Londo, what's your pick? I have a feeling he's going to pick Spurs. This is going to die with him. Nope, he's not going Spurs. That's a good sign.
Oh, I got to pick.
Go ahead.
Celtics over the Bucks.
I don't know what this is.
Oh, you just got to pick a winner for tomorrow's games. Any game.
Yeah, it's just good old fashioned gambling, bro.
Oh, he's got Celtics to win. He's got Celtics to win, Steve.
So do I.
Your pick's gone.
What? My pick's gone?
Yeah, you got to pick a different game.
Oh, fucking silent Londo.
Bye, Londo.
He stole my idea. Oh. Oh, all right.
NBA games.
Can be any game. Any game going on.
Well, yeah, it can be anything, but I really only bet on NBA right now. God damn.
Coach Peanut says Guardians opening day win. We'll add that to the parlay.
Yeah. Warriors over the Lakers.
I already picked that.
I was
you
just about to
did?
say that too.
Warriors spread.
Dude, you
That's my
suck.
pick.
Well, I can't. I'm not picking that team from Philadelphia.
People from
I'm gonna go
Philadelphia
Grizzlies
really
over
slap.
Nuggets. I'm gonna say Grizzlies over Nuggets.
There you go. We got a Grizzlies money line pick. So we got Boston, Celtics money line, Grizzlies money line, Warriors spread, Guardians money line. Just waiting on the Generals final pick.
All right, Timberwolves over Spurs.
All right, Timberwolves money line. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I'm your host, Chris Silva. You can find me at Into Lab Pod on all social platforms: YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter. TJ, where can the people find you?
My name is TJ McKinley. My Twitter is at Mr. TJ Savage. I am a student getting my degree in business economics. But you can find me at Mr. TJ Savage on Twitter.
That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. All right, Steve, where can the people find you?
I know they can find me. Says it right there at Rasner_Steven. You can check me out live on the Blue Collar channels every Sunday at noon Eastern. Just talk more to the fuck I feel like talking about.
Totally fantastic stuff, Steve. I appreciate both of y'all
What
being on.
pretty much what the show is.
It's true. It's true. We're not going to sugarcoat it. I really appreciate you guys being on tonight. I love having the sports scientists together. It's always fun. And Silent Bob with Londo. You can catch him at Londo429 on any social platform. Guys, this is Into the Lab, episode 29 of season 3. We're getting an NBA time. NFL offseason, NFL draft. Stay tuned. We got tons of coverage. Butthole podcast. You might have heard Steve mention earlier, Big Skull Nation. They will be hosting the NFL draft on their platform. More information to come and a preview. We're excited, guys. But tune in. Catch us. This won't be a podcast episode. Next week's will. But we're excited to be joining you guys. Good luck on your bets tomorrow. Have a great night.